No.
Welcome to Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com.
That's it.
Hey guys, welcome.
Hey, hey, we're the Tush
Hi,
Twins.
hi, hi.
Hey, hey, hey. And you
Hi,
know
hi.
that we always say, we're the Tush Twins, and we always say, to move over Lucy and Ethel and Laverne and Shirley and
Now
Tina
they
and
should say
Amy.
move over Rusty
Now
and
they're
Maxine.
right, exactly. That's what I mean.
We're
See,
the
we
next
have to
group.
update. We have to update it. So
Right, we're gonna have to write a
update the
new
peer
intro.
so
Right,
people who are still living know what
right,
groups they are.
right. People who are still living. They don't know
Well,
Tina Fey.
everyone
They
knows
don't know
Lucy and
Betty and Wilma
Ethel.
of the Flintstones. They never go away. But anyway, so we are the Tush Twins, and we bring you tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Maxine Faith Moi
John,
and Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka
Rusty,
the Redhead.
And I'm just here. I'm
aka
just
Auntie
here to listen
Pooh.
to you guys.
And we got the loose tush there because you never know what he's going to say. I know that
Oh,
sounded weird. Speaking of weird, I was looking, I'm going to bag this for a second. I was looking through files because I'm trying to find things and I'm trying to get rid of things. Good luck to me. Things from
Yeah.
10, 12, 15 years ago. We don't need to keep things
No.
from, no, you just throw everything. But anyway, there was a number of things that I found. I found my yearbook from my autograph book from 6th grade.
Oh,
And then
no.
and someone did write dated till bacon strips and other things in there, which I think if
Like,
we both read on one show, do you have yours?
no, I don't know where it is. I
Oh my,
had my
you and
link.
what you wrote was insane. It didn't even make
What
any
did I
sense.
write?
I don't we'll have to make it the next show, I think,
Okay,
because
I'll
there's
look
too
for
much.
my yearbook from junior high and
So
high school,
so
I think.
I have
Yeah, I
high
have a
school. I
yearbook
don't
from junior high school and high school.
junior high, I do not know where it
Dated
is.
to the jelly rolls.
Right, and the one that I have is high school, and I have
Yeah.
elementary school. Some of it is hysterical. I mean, they just write stuff that anyway, I'm gonna read it because
Yeah,
it's
in
just
high school, I have the yearbook and at the pictures of everybody that's they autographed
yeah.
it or they said.
Oh no, they
Yeah, that's what we
autographed it
did.
on every different page in
And,
mine.
and,
I've
and
got
junior
so
high
many.
school, they just had like a little album.
Well,
We
anyway,
all,
so we have a lot to talk about, but in one of the things I found, I'll make it brief because we were talking about a loose tush. Uh,
hmm
my grandfather, the toilet paper
hmm
roll that you put on and you use it so you don't have to,
Yes, we
just
do.
my grandfather invented
Invented
and
it.
patented that. And in this drawer with things from high school, and I also would love to read what Phil wrote, but I'll probably cry. I found the copy of the patent from 1944 of my
Ah,
grandfather's patent for the toilet paper roll. And I don't know if underneath that is the patent for the machine, that the claw that goes
the
down and gets
claw.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So he did the toilet paper and the claw. He's something you do. And I want to get those framed, but they have to be hermetically sealed. Remember
hmm
laughing, hermetically sealed.
Yeah, hermetically sealed. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just throwing that in. So stay tuned for next shows to
But by the way, are they still valid now, or are they?
I probably not. They only run for X amount of years,
Well, I
but
think you probably should take a look into that and
uh,
see.
but
Can you imagine if it's still valid and everybody that does it a paper roll has to do
met my
a
grandfather
royalty?
one time.
I
Once.
remember when you
One
did.
time in California, and he had this house in Palos Verdes on the top that had a swimming pool inside, and then you can go underneath and go to the outside pool. I'd never seen that. I was like 7 or 8. Blew my mind. It was gorgeous. I cannot even imagine what that house is worth today.
But I still think of Papa Nettie as your grandfather.
Papa Lou,
Papa Lou, I mean.
Yeah, but
grandma. That's
didn't
that.
Mom and Eddie, Papa Lou.
didn't you
Right.
say he got? I don't remember, but is he the one that got divorced from your grandmother
Yes.
and remarried and had a whole
Yes.
nother family?
He didn't. I don't think he had a whole other family.
And but they're
But
the ones
anyway,
they're the
that's
ones that
aside.
inherited the money,
Yeah,
not you guys.
the second wife, correct. We
Yeah,
won't go into that because it's anyway.
I
So,
I'd, I'd sue,
go ahead, knock yourself
but
out.
I would sue
Uh,
for everything.
You would. Okay, go for it, baby. If you want to bankroll my lawsuit, go ahead. Anyway, so we had Groundhog Day, right? I'm going to get off of that
Yeah.
because we're going to cover that another time. Punxsutawney Phil predicted an early spring, no shadow spring. We said it's getting warmer every year. We can't even delineate between the seasons sometimes now. But anyway, I sort of look in my crazy ways that I look at things, and I found an article that said there are other animals that predict
Well,
the weather. And lo and behold, we have Fufu the hedgehog in Oregon. And by the way, Fufu has a 53% accuracy. That's pretty big,
that's
actually.
pretty big.
Well, it's better than what
Ooh.
46
Is it a male or a female?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Fufu's a hedgehog, and it's a very,
Well, I don't know if they would name a guy Fufu. Fufu
You
sounds
never
like a
know.
female,
well, it's
or it might be gay.
2024 now. You might. So anyway, and then there were a few others. There were Florida's, burrowing owl, and there was the armadillo in where there was Connecticut scrambled the duck. There was Pisgah Penny the squirrel, a white squirrel, and Texas bee cave Bob the armadillo. But the one that kind of hit me the most was in New York, Cluxatawny Henrietta the chicken. Now,
Fluxatawny.
I'm in northern Westchester, and Muscoot Farm is like 10-15 minutes from me, and Cluxatawny Henrietta is home is in Muscoot Farm in Katona, New York. And there's a lot of
Yay,
chickens.
New York.
So
Well,
anyway,
you got to bring her to the show sometime.
yeah. So
Next year, could we ask them if they could put her on the show?
I should find out. We can maybe
I would
do
love that.
we can
Cluxatawny.
Cluxatawny Henrietta.
Henrietta.
Or what you could do is go there and tape it, and then as part of the
Right,
tape, I'll see if I can edit it in.
throw it in.
the show.
Right, I could do
Let's do it.
an on-site, in the. But anyway, the annual event is unique because it's not dependent on whether Henrietta sees her shadow, but rather when the bird lays her egg. And if she lays an egg on February 2nd, then that's how they prognosticate it. I don't know if that means it's early winter because I cut the article, but I'll find out. Anyway, so
Anyway, let's get to talk. Let's get to talking.
Scramble the duck is a funny name. It's like,
What, you scramble his eggs and duck
I
eggs,
don't
and then
know.
you
It's
find
like-
out
It's
if they're runny, it's early spring. If they're hard, then it's late winter.
It says if Scramble sees his shadow, it means the area is in store for 6 more weeks of winter. They say, the organizers say that their predictions have been 100% accurate because ducks are more intelligent animals than groundhogs. Oh boy. And have more exposure
Don't go there
into extreme weather. I don't know. I mean, and then
there's
there's Bob the armadillo outside of Austin. And I don't know. And Katie from the Bee Caves, proud to take part of the annual event. It's just crazy stuff. They don't always get the forecast right, but the little guy is tough, having to endure Texas frigid winters and summer heat. Is it that frigid in Texas in the winter? Where? I know they had problems last year, and then they didn't have enough electricity.
No, it's like fiery hell.
I know, but the last year they got
It's hell.
climate change, but they deny it. Anyway, they've had major problems. They lost electricity. They had ice storms and some snow. Yeah, well, I know you and I have.
But anyway, guys, what I want to talk about actually,
Go ahead.
Is a review of the Grammy show this week. I thought it was excellent.
I thought it was the best one I've seen in years.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if it's the all-time best show because
but Trevor did a great job.
Yeah, he got sliced up a little bit, but I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know
Why?
why.
on Facebook during the show, I get people, were saying he was horrible and he wasn't funny, but I found he wasn't there to be totally a comedian.
No, he was there to pace it, and
Yeah,
that
and
he did very
commentary.
well.
He did a very good
He
job.
paced the show, and if you can get a host that can pace the show, aside from whatever he might have said, that's
Yeah.
I'd say 80% of it. I
Okay,
really do.
And
what
the
was your favorite part?
performances.
Okay, first I'm gonna
Okay,
stop you first because
okay,
the Tokens, The Lion Sleeps
yeah.
Tonight, was nominated for a Grammy, and that was the fourth Grammy Awards, which is in a hotel room it was in the Beverly Hilton on May 29th, 1962.
Wow.
And they didn't really put on a show, but it was the fourth awards, and the rock and roll category, the nominees were Chubby Checker for Let's Twist Again, Chris
Mm-hmm.
Kenner for I Like It Like That. The name of the game. I like it like that.
You
Like that.
like
Uh
that?
Ike and Tina Turner, It's Gonna Work Out Fine. James
Mhm.
Darren, Goodbye Cruel World. I'm
World,
off to
I'm
join the
off to join
circus.
the circus.
We're gonna be a
A
broken-hearted clown.
broken-hearted
And the
clown.
Tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. And Chubby Checker won for the twist because the twist was a huge phenomenon.
Yes,
But
it was.
I don't think in terms of the song, however,
The song was
but I
crappy,
mean the
but it
song
was
was,
fun.
but it was fun, and they did it. And that year they recognized the accomplishments of artists from 61. Henry Mancini, Jimmy Dean, Judy Garland were the artists most nominated, and they won a lot of stuff. And it was Henry Mancini and Judy Garland who were presented with the highest Grammys. They had it at a hotel. It wasn't televised. It wasn't anything, and they had all different,
But
categories.
let me
But
ask you something. They were nominated. Chubby Checker won. He is not in the Hall of Fame. The Tokens, they are not in the Hall of Fame. Is James Darren? No,
probably, and Chris Kenner,
no,
no.
no.
Is Ike and Tina Turner, are they in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they're in the Hall of Fame. I
Are they?
think so. I
Okay.
But
know
I
they
tell you,
are.
James Darren is one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Really? He's
Yeah, I
so
mean,
handsome.
I used to have a crush on him.
Me too.
I did some
Time
shows with
tunnel.
him because he was a
He was
friend of
a
a friend that I used to do a radio program, and he had absolutely no pretense. He was still big. I did the movies and the songs, and he was just like your friend next door.
right.
Yeah, I
And I was
liked
very
him in the
much
time
impressed.
tunnel.
I hope we can touch on this because I know we're doing the Grammys, but if everyone can see, this is a picture of the Beatles. Today is the anniversary of 60th anniversary of them landing at Kennedy Airport, and the British invasion started. And we're
Yeah,
taping it today, which is the 7th of February. It was 60 years ago. And I remember like it was yesterday, screaming at the TV, Ed
Screaming at the
Sullivan,
TV.
yeah.
screaming, going, literally, when they were on
Mhm.
Ed Sullivan singing, I Want to Hold Your, I think it was I Want to Hold Your, I was screaming, I love Paul. I was 9, but I loved Paul. So, and I still do love Paul.
Well,
So,
as crew
I love
guys,
them all.
we used to sing "I Want to Hold Your Gland." That was the
Oy
boys.
so,
vey.
so I'm putting this up
Wanna
again.
hold my gland.
This is actually a photo of a picture of a painting that Mitch did on the Beatles, hanging in my son's room now. So,
By the way, is that for sale?
no,
Would it be for
never will.
sale if you got a good price?
No,
Oh, okay. It's memorabilia.
it's never going to be sold. It's in my family.
Wait till you get a $50,000.
I don't care.
No,
It's not happening. I don't care if it's 100,000.
but
It's
And the
but,
not
but that's
happening.
Beatles,
that's a new
one
oven,
piece of trivia.
paving the driveway.
Yeah. No,
A little bit of trivia for the Beatles.
not
They
happening,
released
Mel. Go ahead.
213 songs in less than a decade.
Right. They were.
They were
There
prolific
were,
and they
and
were
the two
amazing.
guys, Ringo and Paul, still singing, still
How
performing,
many
and
awards did the Grammys do they have?
I don't know. We'd have to look that up. But anyway, back to the Grammys. So, uh, So
I
Taylor
thought the
Swift,
female performances were fabulous.
well, they had
Well,
they were
Tracy
giving
Chapman, she
Oh,
yeah.
that made me happy.
I was I was standing and watching it. I was like so happy to see that and so close to tears on that. I did get very tearful also of Joni Mitchell doing Both Sides Now.
I got tearful for Joni
I
Mitchell,
did too. I really did
You
and
too.
I
couldn't help, doing that. So, um,
and I wasn't
yeah,
that much into her. Yeah, I was into her, but I wasn't really. She wasn't one of my favorite. I love Judy Collins, who did the cover of that.
right.
Both
Hmm.
sides now, and
Well,
my two
well,
I just
favorite
love
folk
that.
singers were Judy Collins and Joan Baez, who I still love.
well, Judy Collins, yeah, she did the cover of Both Sides Now. I think that's the most popular version, although Joni's version is still unbelievable, and that
Yes.
Brandy Carlisle, is kind of her right hand person, and she's done a lot of she does Carnegie Hall and does like a whole Joni Mitchell
How long ago did
repertoire.
she have that brain aneurysm, the operation?
If I'm remembering correctly, it was 2015,
Mm,
and she was, you know, there were reports going that she's not coming out of this,
mm.
and boy, she must have something within her to get her through that. And to be able to go on the Grammys,
Well,
it reminds me of
her
my mom who can get through, she was unsinkable, right?
her
Get through,
first Grammy, right?
I don't know if it was her first
No,
Grammy,
first appearance on the
her
show.
first
Not
appearance. I don't think it was her first Grammy,
no,
but
first appear. I meant first appearance on the show.
right. And so the women dominated because for many years and most years it was like very male dominated. And a lot of the tunes this year were kind of pop tunes by
Yeah,
Swift and Miley Cyrus and
yeah. Miley Cyrus, I was really impressed by because she
Me
had
too.
she had gone through a whole lot of junk, in
yeah.
her life, and she was so fresh out there and so lively and so real, and she was so
Yeah,
excited about getting
y-
the Grammy. I think it was her
right. And she
first.
said, "You guys know this song," and he was like, "Why aren't you singing more?" And then she said, "I want a Grammy." It's
Yeah,
like as
She
she
was
was
adorable,
singing,
and the way she just performed
she's
it and
yeah, she
danced by
just
herself.
yeah, she was like, "This is it. I'm it. I can take care of me, and I'm all I need right now."
it
And
arrived.
I thought that was amazing, and I loved it. I love the song. I thought the song flowers was wonderful.
yeah, and then there was
I'm
yeah, go
Olivia
ahead.
Rodrigo,
Right,
and I
and
thought her vampire song was great. She did
she's
a fabulous job on that one.
she's a young up she's a youngie, and she's
Yeah.
coming up. Boy Genius won awards. That group I was telling you about to listen to a few months ago, Boy Genius,
Yeah.
remember?
Yes.
It's all girls, all women, three
Yes.
women who have an incredible harmony. And I think from the harmony perspective, you will love them. And they won some Grammys, a couple of Grammys, I think. They didn't put some of them, a lot of them on the air. They only put like the high categories, I
Yeah.
think. But so that was, kind of fun stuff. They had was
They have a lot of
oh, and
memorabilia.
Billie Eilish won an award, and
Billie Eilish wins everything
but
in all the award shows.
she's gonna
But she
win an
only won
Oscar.
one or two. She's
Oh, she only won one or
Yeah, but
this
she
time.
wins
Usually she wins
Oscar, she wins
everything.
Emmy, she wins.
And I have to tell you, what's her
two.
face? Lizzo, she looked
Mhm.
beautiful
Yeah, Lizzo's a
at
little
the
bit of a
awards.
trouble because some of her group she's sued her for you know things she said to them and treatment. So
Everybody sues
Really?
everybody.
I don't know
Because
where
she,
all of that
'cause she
lies,
usually
but
looks like a weird person,
yeah,
but
but
she
no,
was
I
very
mean,
elegant. She looked gorgeous.
so yeah, and they had Victoria Monet won Best New
Hmm.
Artist. 15
Yes, and she
years
was,
in the 15 years she's a new artist.
yes, I know.
15 years of mic nights and small clubs and all this stuff, and she's a new artist. Just so you
Yeah.
know what we're talking
And
about.
that's when they made comments about the paper. How long do you have to be an artist before you're a new artist?
And
Yeah.
how the other artist who was nominated is Za. I mean, how do they pronounce it? Is S
SZA.
SZA?
SZA.
Okay,
SZA.
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 She
I
won
actually
that.
liked her.
She
She did a
she
great show.
she won best R&B song. She was nominated. But anyway, the
Well,
women
I
seem
have
to
to
have.
admit, well, I would say like about half of these groups or stars I've never heard of because I don't follow really
Mm.
modern music, quote.
Well,
Well,
I
the fact
wanted.
that Tracy Chapman is back on the charts at number
Tracy,
one for the song Fast Car, and she
I
did the
know.
duet with Luke Combs,
yeah,
Holmes.
country
That was
star, who
beautiful.
yeah.
covered it, who just you could see the adoration and love he had for her. He was like coming, I think he had an out of body experience when he was doing that because he was
Hmm.
so into it and you the joy of this
What was
guy.
Tracy Chapman's first hit? I mean, this was a follow-up to something that she had.
She said, I think it wasn't Revolution. There's so
There
many
was
She's
songs.
amazing. She's
Uh,
such a great voice.
I think
And she looked beautiful too that night.
she's a beautiful.
Mm.
or the one that did the cover for Tina Turner.
Oh, Fantasia.
That's
She did a
Fantasia.
very good
Yeah.
job.
She did a great job, and she was
There was so much energy.
American Idol. Did she win, or was she
She
a winner?
won American. She came in second in American Idol.
Right. Like the ones who came in second and stuff, except for Kelly Clarkson, are doing better than the ones who win. It
I
seems.
know. I know.
Uh, but anyway,
And then more my era was Billy Joel.
right,
I
I
Billy.
liked him,
enjoyed that. It
and
was
he looked
very
good.
good. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I don't think was he not feeling good? Was he not well for a while or
I
something?
think so for a while. I don't know if he quit touring or something.
Uh,
Well, he stopped the last Madison Square Garden concert in August 24th, I think. And I tried to get tickets, but they wanted $5,000 a ticket.
Well,
oh God, no way.
And Dennis and I were originally wanted to go. We said we spent up to a certain amount, but I'm not paying 10,000 for two tickets.
Right.
well,
That's
Not
heavy.
doing it.
I always liked Billy Joel from the. I remember one. I forget who he interviewed with, but he said he always bought out. Any stadium was he bought out the first few rows or the area around him
Right.
because these are the people that would the rich people who would come to concerts and they really wouldn't be necessarily Billy
Into
Joel
what he was
fans.
even doing. Yeah,
Hands.
They had the
I
money.
know.
They just
So what
wanted
he
to be there.
Just
yes,
to be there to be
right. So what he
seen.
did is he had his people go up to the nosebleed seats and give
Hmm.
these tickets to his fans.
He still did it in Madison Square
Yeah.
Garden.
Yeah, he did. But just quickly back to Tracy Chapman. I was, you said what are the song and I said it's talking about revolution, fast car, baby can I hold you, want to live without your love. She's got her ticket and it just goes on and on and on. She's just an incredible quintessential writer and
Hmm.
born to fight. But the one fast car and talking about revolution,
Lucian.
Yeah.
those
I
were
remember Fast Car. But what I liked is when Trevor Howard was speaking to Billy Joel and
Trevor
Trevor
Noah,
said,
you
yeah,
mean.
Trevor
and
Noah.
he's, excuse me, Trevor
Never
Noah.
mind, Trevor Noah. Yeah, go
Who
ahead.
did I say? Trevor Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Who's
okay.
Trevor Howard?
Don't ask me. Continue your thought
When he
though.
was talking
Trevor
to
Howard's an actor.
yeah, okay. Trevor Noah when Trevor said, and between us we sold out Madison's was it Madison Square Garden? 115 times, something like
Right.
that.
Right.
He was goofing
And
on him because he
no, no,
didn't.
no. And Billy Joel said, how many times was yours? Because I think he sold it out once.
Once. Yeah. He says, well, let's not talk about
Yeah,
that.
let's not talk about it. That's not important.
Well, then they gave Jay-Z an award and he said something
What
that
was he
pissed
having on his
people.
head? What was that?
I don't know, but
He's
the
wearing a Rastafarian, unless
he
he's
said
in
when
the,
I
was
get
it?
he said the quote that everyone remembers is because he got pissed because I guess Beyonce wasn't nominated for best album. She won a zillion awards, but never
Right.
won
Never
that
best
one.
album.
So he basically said, when I get nervous, I tell the truth. So,
Hmm.
and then SZA said, when she accepted, she goes, "I'm not a very attractive crier." And then
Oh, I thought that was so cute.
Billie Eilish said, when she won Song of the Year, said, "I'm shocked out of my balls."
Yes, I know.
I'm like, got balls? I don't know. But
Well,
anyway,
she's won everything, and then like everything, you know.
well, she's gonna win another Oscar for this song for
For
Barbie.
this song,
Because
yes.
she
For the
won a
Barbie.
Golden Globe already, and she won the Critics' Choice already, so that's
Mm.
two. So it looks like she's the and then the front runner. And then they had
Oh,
this artist, Killer Mike. He won 3 Grammys. He's a rapper,
yeah, I
and he won
wasn't,
three
that's, I'm not
Grammys, and then they carted him off and they cuffed him
They
looking,
arrested him.
yes.
because he
Yeah.
had an altercation somehow, and we still don't know what exactly happened. But he won 3 Grammys, and then he went off with police. I mean, that's and then U2 had this. They were singing in this
The
thing called the
stratosphere,
Sphere.
the
This, not the
sphere.
Strat. It's
No,
just
the
the
sphere.
this.
Yes.
It's a ball, a sphere.
Yes.
That's like,
It's a
if you
concert.
have don't go there if you have epilepsy. That's all I can say. I the amount of like different effects was
Isn't that
crazy.
amazing?
They use like drones and
Hmm.
all sorts of CGI and all these crazy things at this concert venue, which like you're in and you're kind of involved with it. It's not just that you're looking at a stage, it's like all around you. uh I don't know, that's a crazy experience, but they said
Well,
people watching it were getting sick watching it.
I enjoyed it, and I thought they were
Yeah.
very good too. This is the first Grammy in a long time that I actually watched 98% of it.
Yeah, so did I.
I don't usually watch the Grammys. I watched this about, I'd say, 78%. I missed some of the stuff, but I
I don't
did
like
get,
the political stuff that people are doing. This is music. I don't want to know your political, how you
well,
hate the
that's
Jews. I don't want to hear
I
that.
didn't watch the In Memoriam. I just saw the last part when they were doing you know the Tina Turner.
Yeah,
No, I
That's the
saw
last.
that
I
also.
didn't watch the other, but I heard that Annie Lennox said something.
No,
Uh,
she's not
she
on my
closed the
list. She's on
performance
my
by calling
list now.
for a ceasefire, a moment that felt true to O'Connor's own activism.
Hmm.
Maybe she was saying it because, I don't know, who she was dedicating it to, because she was definitely always getting herself into trouble, right? Uh,
Hmm.
so I
yeah.
guess, yeah. I mean, it's just, what do you say? It's at that point, if
Dodgy Young
she
too.
was, it was the in memoriam for Sinead O'Connor, and Sinead O'Connor took no, prisoners, man. She said what she wanted. So
Getting a little political, you know, I'm really against all the killing, the Palestinians that are getting killed.
I am
But
against the Palestinians being killed
but
too.
but but I'll
uh,
step on the other shoes if I was an Israeli. You know, if the Hamas says, "Well, we want to, obliterate
Annihilate.
Israel. We're going to kill you," and they
yeah,
haven't changed that yet. So as an Israeli, I would say, I
yeah.
hate
This
what
is,
we're
I
doing, but we
feel
have to
bad
do
for
it.
I
the
don't, yeah.
Palestinian children. I do feel bad for them because they're being used as targets
Yeah,
and shields. But I feel
Yeah.
even worse for the hostages, and most of them are probably
right.
gone,
They
and
said that
children.
a fifth of them and at least 30 are dead of the ones that
Yeah.
are remaining. Anyway, let's get back to music, because this is
Okay. The
uh,
Beatles
let's get
had
to the
seven
Beatles.
Grammys.
7 Grammys
They had 23 nominations, but
nomination.
they only won seven.
Wow, that's crazy. You
That's
would
a
Yeah, I
think
was
crazy.
thought they would.
you would have had they would have
Yeah.
had more, but um I don't know. It's just,
Did any of you see that one of making the speaking of music, the We Are the World?
no, I didn't watch that
Uh,
yet.
Yes. No,
you
I
got to
didn't see the
watch that. That was
documentary, but
excellent.
I've seen.
What is it on? Which streaming? Is it
I don't know. It's
Netflix?
either Netflix or
Prime or
uh,
something? I have to.
Max.
Max. That's me. I own a station too.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all me.
I get confused with these things.
Right, right. Well, so anyway, so Billy Joel ended, he wrote a new song, which he hasn't written in how many years was it? How
Is
many
it
years?
30.
30
30?
years he
30.
hasn't written. That is crazy. He said the process makes him upset and stressed and blah. And this kid who he met, a younger guy, well, a kid, but a guy in his 30s, um, was able to meet him somehow. The story is crazy of the meeting, and he got him to try to come out of his shell again and write some music, and he wrote the song Turn the Lights Back On, and then he then did another number to close out the Grammys, You May Be Right, which is, a song that I identify with, because you may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be
Honey.
a lunatic you're looking for. So that's some of the lyrics. And so I think, all in all, it was a much better Grammys than I remember.
I think the Grammy probably will win the Emmy next
It
year
could.
because
It's
all
possible.
these
It's
shows
always
generally
between
nominated.
the Grammys and the Tonys and the Oscars, and it always goes to the Oscars somehow, though, for some reason. But
Well, as I was telling my sons, when they get bored with the shows, I say, at one time, like especially the Oscars, they were big
mhm,
thing because you never saw these people
right,
outside of the movies.
right, right.
When
So
I
it
was
was.
a kid, you saw, you saw the people, you saw they were in the movies, but they didn't do TV,
Mhm.
and there were no interview shows, so all you saw them as real people in the award show and the Oscars. Now you see them every 2 hours. They're
Well, it's
either
because
on the
social
night
media,
shows or
social media.
yeah, your social media, the night shows, the YouTube. They're constantly appearing.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
anyway,
well,
guys,
that's a whole other thing, because now the social media has superseded so much that that's where people are getting everything from now.
right.
For better or worse, and I think a lot of times it could be worse, because this is where all the conspiracy nuts hang out.
Well, a
So
lot of wars because it's misinformation. Just the last
yeah,
thing that we'll talk about is, do you believe the conspiracy with football and
Taylor
the
Swift,
Swifties?
of course.
I
Yeah,
was
I
just
believe it. I mean, they where and who comes up with this crap is what I want to know.
I was disappointed that Kelsey didn't appear on the stage and says, "Yes, vote for
Yeah, well,
Biden."
he's got a Super Bowl to try to win on yeah, Super Bowl Sunday,
Super
Sunday,
Bowl
Sunday,
Sunday,
Sunday.
but I think I don't know if he was in Las Vegas because that's where the
He
Super Bowl.
Well,
was.
they're practicing, but it was a closed practice, but then I guess they let him do some. They were doing some press, so he was able to get out of
But
that.
anyway, my children,
C'est la
say
vie.
goodbye. Let's think about
Shalom.
next week's show.
All
Shalom.
right. Shalom, shalom. You've been listening to the crazies on Tush Twins on malcolmpresents.com. We'll
Beatles.
we'll we'll catch you again, and just think of the Beatles today, because they were here on this day
And,
again.
and we're opening for bids for
Mitch's
Mitch Margot's
picture.
painting.
Right.
And then we'll
No
see
Starting
if
at
bids.
we
$1
No, no,
million.
no, no bids. No
and,
bids.
and then see if we could tempt you.
Nope. The
Bye.
only way that I would take money is if they gave me a lot of it and it was in a museum for the rest of its
Okay.
existence.
I'll talk to
Oh,
the people at the Met.
go ahead.
Bye.
All right. Ciao.
Shalom.